Welcome back to our quick Gabriel series, and in this series we are going to be learning how we are going to hack a Wi-Fi encryption, or let me say a web Wi-Fi encryption. Let's just go ahead and dive right in. Okay, right in our front here, this is a little disclaimer here that this video is for educational purpose only. We do not encourage viewers to use these documents without legal permission from concerned firms or individual, as we do not responsible for any malicious act performed by the viewer. So please and please, this is a disclaimer from me. Any kind of firms or anybody you want to launch this attack against, you must make sure you ask for a legal permission before you move into the attack. So let's just move to the next slide. Okay, so what is web specifically? Alright, web is actually a wireless encryption algorithm which was created back in the days of 1990s, and the full meaning of web is wired equivalent privacy, which started from 40-bit encryption algorithm, and due to the advancement of technology and how hackers has abused this encryption, things have actually go to 32-bit and 168 bits kind of encryption. So it is vulnerable, very vulnerable. And how does vulnerability work? That is because of the short amount of bits, let me say such the small size of the bits being used for the encryptions. You can see 40 bit is so it's so small, and a small initialization vector also affect that. So this the size of the IVS, that's what we call it, IVS, also affects the encryption. So the vulnerability is discovered by, we can see, by Flora, Martin, and Shamar in the year 25. So that is when the vulnerability has been discovered. Let's just go ahead and move to the next slide. Alright, we have system requirement now. For you to be able to perform this attack, you need a Linux environment, Kali Linux for safe or Parrot for safe, and also you need a wireless adapter that supports monitor mode and packet injection. Most built-in wireless adapter on most systems doesn't support this, so you need an external wireless adapter, the one that is capable for that is compatible with Kali Linux. You can also walk to the stores online and check online anywhere you can get that, specifically tendering this requirement that I want a Wi-Fi there that support monitor mode and also a packet injection. So luckily for me, I have a system that came with that kind of wireless adapter. And also you need a home lab. The reason why I say you need a home lab is that you probably need your own uh, wireless Wi-Fi, let me say Wi-Fi, or you just need it to be yours. Probably you don't want to go ahead and go and move into public and start hacking into people's Wi-Fi connections. All right, just enough of a thought. All right, let's fire the attack now. So let's just go ahead and move to how things work here. All right, so the first thing I'm just going to do is to fire up my Geno terminal. Alright, so this terminal in front of me right here, let me just put it on view, and that's big enough. So allow me to switch to a root user right from here. Alright, which I am now. So I already created a document and a place name Wi-Fi. As you can see, this is empty right now. I feel like that's too big. Alright, should be alright like that. And I want to open another terminal right here, which I want to switch into the root document Wi-Fi. So I'm here too. So the first thing we are going to do is that if we enter the command ifconfig, we're going to realize that I have this my wireless adapter, which is named 1LAN0. So I have it right here with my computer, and you can see I'm not connected to any Wi-Fi network from here. So the first thing I need to do is that I need to change my MAC address just for security reasons. That is very important, but it's optional. And if you are trying to stay anonymous or something, you really need that to do. So what I can do is that I need to first bring the interface down, the wireless interface down, so I can say if config 1 and 0 down and down right now. Then I can author the macchanger tag A of my wireless adapter. So this 1 and 0 is the name of my wireless adapter right on my Kali Linux machine. Alright, so I've been able to change this from my permanent right here into this, and I know this is vulnerable right now, but I don't really need to be hiding anything from the public because I'm not in a black box, or I'm not a black hat. I'm a white hat, so that's so obvious. That's why I'm able to just to be able to just leave my MAC address of my computer right to the public like this. All right, so since we've actually done that, then the next thing we supposed to do right now is to put our wireless adapter, let me see, our interface, that's actually the name, into a monitor mode. To put it in the monitor mode, there is two approach for it, which I'm going to show you the most simplest way. Let's just say airmon, then start 1 and 0. So that is it. As you can see now, so we're trying to say found two processes that could cause trouble. We can check them with airmon-ng. These are the two processes, and this also give us some bit of information about our wireless interface. You can see the name of my the name of my wireless interface, the driver I'm using for it, and it said it's already in the monitor mode. So let's just go ahead and kill any process that can alter the transactions. So let me see, that can affect the packets that we are listening to from the Wi-Fi around us, around my neighbors right now. So let's just go ahead. So I have my own Wi-Fi. It's not my neighbor's Wi-Fi, so my own Wi-Fi is right here in front of me. Okay, so let's just go ahead and say airmon-ng like that. So we basically want to check key. So that command is just going to take some couple of minutes, maybe 30 seconds or 1 minute like that. So let's just uh wait for it. So while we are waiting, let me just explain. Okay, let me just explain what we are going to do specifically. So what we are going to do specifically is that we are actually going to listen through our interface, wireless interface, which is 1 and 0. We are going to sniff around and look for packet around us. The question goes like, how many people are running Wi-Fi, and if they are running Wi-Fi within our environment where I'm sitting down, how many of them are actually running web, that's wire equivalent privacy. And you'll be so surprised to see a lot of people still running web in this kind of century that we have. The everything is so advanced, the internet is so advanced, and people are still running web, which is very very vulnerable. And that is why it's not really advisable for you to run web. You can run WPA and PSK instead. So let's just go ahead and see how these things work. We enter the same command, airmon-ng like that. So we just want to monitor airodump, so air dump. So I just want to dump it from the air, so that is what is mean. Then 1 and 0, that's what I want to use. So right now, as you can see, let me bring this down small. All right, okay. All right, this is all right now. Right now, if you can see this in front of me, you're going to realize that I have just only one Wi-Fi around me right here, which is using web encryptions. You can see the name is my 4G Lite, and actual that's my actual Wi-Fi. And what this thing is just doing is trying out its best to really scan for through my environment. So if anybody is running another Wi-Fi right here, it's going to show here. This BSSD is the MAC address of the Wi-Fi, which is my home Wi-Fi right here. And on this BSSD, we have this MAC address. This is another phone. What's it called? This is another MAC address of a device that connected to this my home Wi-Fi address. So all these are my lab setup. I have an Android phone which I am using. That connected to the Wi-Fi. So I'm actually the attacker now. So it's only my system that is not connected to the Wi-Fi. Then I want to get the password so that I also can go ahead and join the network. So that is why we are into this attack. So since we have all this information, we can just press Ctrl C to bring everything down. And for a better way, we can use airodump-ng. Then we can use the encrypt type to be web. So probably you don't want to be scanning all through the network for sale. All you just need is just include web. Then you can say one lamp zero, and that is going to give you the same thing. So but just by this time around, it's going to search for only the network with web. It's not going to search for other networks around you. All right, so I'm just going to cancel this because we have these informations that we want already, which are right here. So the first thing I wanted to notice is this is the bssd, which give us the MAC address of the Wi-Fi that we are trying to hack, and also the channel at which it is running. And you just need to understand the channel. That's it, because in DSP, this digital signal processing, there is always a channel at which one a computer from one end and to another end they used to communicate, and they send bits of information to each other. And if you ever wonder how radio work, radio electromagnetic radiations and all stuff works in wireless environment, and this is actually the basics of them. And now the encryption type, which is shortened by enc, you can see we are using web, and the cipher is also web. So the exsid, which is the name of my Wi-Fi, it's my light 4G 26 already. So I wanted to put that in mind. So right now what we are trying to do, we are going to sniff up through the packet again, but this time around we are going to be specifying the informations that we have here. So specifically we want to target this bssid. So we can just copy it. Back here we can say tag bssid, which is equals to this, and the channel is equals to 11. Then we want to sniff on 1 line 0. So you can see we only focus on this network alone, and it's going to show us all these guys that are actually below it like that. So that is what it's going to give us. So on this side of the attack, we need besside-ng. So besside-ng like that, and we need to specify the bssid of the machine that we want to attack, and this is its F462 like that. So that is what we want to attack there. I'm going to paste that here like that. So all you need to do is just highlight it like this from there, then you copy so to like that. So that's actually easier. And then we specify the interface at which we want it to be, and then that is it. So we already start to launch the attack through this my Wi-Fi. All we have to do is just to wait to see how long that we are going to send all these the authentication messages and ask for the key. So the key is actually what we want. Once we have the key, then we are going to crack it with aircrack in order to retrieve the password right back to us. It doesn't really take a lot of time to get the key, but in some extent it might take a lot of time. So it's not okay. We are there already. It's not really taking a lot of time. I'll fire up another terminal. Then I want to switch to the root user again right from here. Alright, so we go to document my Wi-Fi, and then here we are. So as you can see now, the folder was empty before, but immediately as I start to log besside, you can see we have our captured in web and in WAP. We are still going to come back to WAP, how we are going to also deal with that in the next video, but right now we are just dealing with web. So since we have all this running, all we have to just do to run aircrack, then the name of the wep.cap, which is the capture file, and run this. So all this is doing is just going to test all these the cryptographic all the packet that we actually got from this Wi-Fi. So you can see that was fast. I didn't even expect that to be fast like that. Wow. All the informations that we gather from here, which is we capture all the traffics that is within the network, and then we use aircrack to crack it, and then here we also the key is found and the password is being returned to us. As you can see, this is the ASCII, then the password is 1234, because that's actually the password that I used. So now the attack works and everything is also alright, fine now. So let's just put the presentation or the class to an end once and for all right now. Alright, So the next thing online is how to protect yourself from this kind of attack. You do not use web encryptions, that is so vulnerable. Instead you use WPA which is so advisable. And also you try to use long password. So if I use longer password than 12345, this is going to be hard on me for me to crack so easily. And update your password recently. So when you have a password, you try to update it probably weekly, monthly, and it's you might forget, but there are a lot of software out there that helps you to remember your password. And that sounds like save is another form of vulnerability where okay, you can just keep it to yourself and be so persistent about changing your password. All right, so this is the end of the tutorial. So I'm going to see you in the next video where we are going to talking about how we are going to crack or hack WPA Wi-Fi encryption. So please subscribe to my channel and like this YouTube video. Most of you that you are doubting the course, I have courses on ethical hacking, penetration testings, and web design applications, mobile applications, and desktop applications. You can just come in and purchase my course. I'll see you in the next tutorial.